The doors of your car will close automatically. Please keep your head and arms inside and remain seated at all times. And please, no smoking. Thank you.
Matterhorn Matt presents Matterhorn Mondays.
Hey there, Mountaineers. Welcome to episode 56 of Matterhorn Mondays. I am your host, Matterhorn Matt. I almost said Matterhorn Mondays.
And I'm Malix the historian.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that was funny. That was pretty funny. We always starting it off with a bang, you guys. Right off the bat. Alright. Sam is asking what shirt. I bought a t-shirt from Goodwill that says, "Will work for anime." And it looks like it's like supposed to be written in like, not like Scotch tape, but like the brown kind of tape. Like torn off pieces of brown tape that like spells out, "I will work for anime." I thought it was pretty funny, so I decided to buy it. I might bring it in later in the show. We'll see. I don't really feel masking tape. I guess that's the correct term. But yeah, I might whip that out later. Are you an anime fan? Michael Eisner asks. How much? It was $4 or $5 plus when it came out to the tax. But anyways, moving on. Welcome everybody. We hope you are having a fantastic Monday, fantastic Saturday. Whenever you're listening to this, we hope you're having a fantastic day in general. I feel like there was something I wanted to talk about before we got into all the topics. Probably not, but let's just go ahead and move on to this week's Disney news. I still don't have a name for this segment. It's been a couple weeks since we started this, and I still don't have a name. But anyways, first bit of Disney news: Kathleen Kennedy. What are your guys' opinions on how Kathleen Kennedy is doing as a whatever she is at Lucasfilm? The lead producer and architect of the Star Wars franchise is actually her title. So Kathleen Kennedy has extended her stay at Lucasfilm by 3 more years. All of the links to the articles I'm reading from are in the description down below. News from the Peak, that's a good one. I'm going to copy that real quick. News from the Peak. Let's see. That's a good one. Thank you, Bryce. Kennedy is the devil, says Disney Doof. Okay. Alright, I'm quoting from DSMINewscast.com. Alright, quote, Kathleen Kennedy has reignited her lightsaber. The lead producer and architect of the Star Wars franchise has renewed her contract to remain president of Lucasfilm for another 3 years through 2021. The Hollywood Reporter has learned. Now, I know a lot of you guys aren't big fans of how Kathleen Kennedy is handling the Star Wars franchise. Apparently she's the president of Lucasfilm. So, yeah, that's a pretty big title. But Shaden Kennedy says I'm not related to her. Okay, good. But yeah, I would really like to know what you guys think, or how you guys think Kathleen Kennedy has been doing, taking over the Star Wars franchise for Disney. Because, like I said, I know some of you guys aren't the biggest fans of the new Star Wars movies under Disney, myself included. But yeah, I'd love to see. I'm not like a debate, but I'd like to see each side say why they like Kathleen Kennedy or why they don't like Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah, so I guess just type in chatter in the comments wherever you guys feel fit. But yeah, second piece of Disney news. I forgot to cover this one last week. This was a pretty exciting piece of news. Loki, Scarlet Witch, and other Marvel characters are apparently going to get their own TV series on the new Disney streaming service. So, this is really big news if you guys are Marvel fans. I guess if you guys like Marvel like these characters that they're going to be doing. Of course, Loki and Scarlet Witch. Loki is one of my favorite characters in the MCU, so it's really awesome that he gets his own TV show, because you can't really make like a movie around Loki or around Scarlet Witch, or maybe they could do like a Hulk TV show as well. But yeah, because you can't really make movies about those characters. They probably work better as like a TV show like they're doing. But this is really awesome news. Like I said, we forgot to cover it last week, so hopefully these will be good. This is from a Variety.com quote. Let's see. What am I going to quote? Okay, well, the gist of it is that these will be big budget, like really big budget TV shows. They're hopefully going to get the like Tom Hiddleston back, all the actors who play the characters. And I guess it'll be different from like the other Netflix shows, because these ones will be like directly connected to the MCU, not like the Netflix ones who are kind of, but Kennedy needs to stay only a producer, says Bryce. Okay, interesting. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this, because I just love talking about how Star Wars is so bad currently. But last piece of Disney news today. We reported on this last week of how Rafiki's Planet Watch was going to close later this year, but according to, again, DSMINewscast.com, be sure to check out Jack's awesome website. Rafiki's Planet Watch will reopen in 2019. So, for those of you guys who are big fans of Rafiki's Planet Watch, fret no more, because it's only going to be closed for a temporary amount. It's only going to be closed temporarily, and it will reopen in 2019. There's no set date on when it will reopen, but it will close on October 21st, 2018. So the closure will not be permanent. It will reopen sometime in 2019. Like I said, there's no dates. But who has the DSMI Newscast app, says Sam. You guys, if you have an iPhone, if you haven't Jack didn't tell me to say this. It's just a really, okay. If you guys have an iPhone, definitely download the DSMI Newscast app. I tweeted this to him. It's a really awesome app if you guys like keeping up to date with Disney news, because so you don't have to like constantly refresh like Twitter or like any of your other Mice Chat, any of those other websites. The news is there basically once you launch the app. You can get push notifications as well for breaking Disney news, which I feel like is a really big plus when it comes to that, because getting push notifications, like I said, you don't have to constantly have to refresh all of your favorite news websites to get the news. So push notifications are really awesome. Definitely go download the DSMI Newscast app. Link is not in the description, but if you guys just search it in the App Store, you guys will find it. Sam says the app has 5 stars. That's awesome, a 5-star app. Definitely, yeah, leave a review if you can. I haven't left a review, just because I'm not good at writing reviews. But anyways, I do have. This is okay. Well, before we get into this, I would like to ask you guys, how many of you have seen the new Historyland? It's been a long time coming. It's been almost 2 months, I think, since the last Historyland was released. But if you guys have seen the newest Historyland on Splash Mountain, definitely, Jeremy and I want to know, and Alex too want to know your thoughts on the episode. Things that you liked, things that we should change for the next episode, things we could work on. Definitely comment down below. And we also want to know what topics you guys would like to see covered in future episodes of Historyland. Because that's what we're currently thinking of is the next topics for the next episode. But yeah, 3,000 plus views in like a day is really means a lot to me, you guys. It means a lot to all of us. We're really glad that you enjoyed the episode and that you've stuck around with the channel for so long, because I'm sure Historyland is really the main draw for my channel. So it's nice to see that a lot of you guys have stuck around waiting for it. We've released a bunch of teasers and of course the trailer last week, But yeah, really, really glad you guys that you guys enjoyed that episode. Jeremy says 3,679 views currently. That's awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to us. So yeah, and we like to know your thoughts on the newest Historyland. Definitely comment down below, or I guess comment on the Historyland video itself. But yeah, we'd like to know your thoughts on that. Now, I guess since you guys were asking about my Mr. Incredible thing, this was my friend's. He's apparently had this since he was a kid, and we sort of messed up his face at my friend's house. As you can see, his teeth are kind of slodging out of his mouth. Like this part was supposed to like fold over, but we kind of accidentally ripped his head off, or ripped his face off. And he does really cool sound effects if you push this button. Let me see.
I just cleaned up this mess. Can't we keep it clean for 10 minutes?
And then there's this one.
I just want the world to stay saved, you know? I fight for truth and justice. Someone out there needs help.
It's pretty funny. Oh, and his hair flies off too because we ripped his hair off. But I'm gonna let you guys get an up-close personal look at Mr. Incredible while he's saying his...
We're superheroes. What could happen to us? I am Mr. Incredible.
It's pretty cool. Every time I look at his face, I just break out in tears because I feel so bad for Mr. Incredible over here. His face is deformed to a point where you can't hardly recognize that he's Mr. Incredible almost. His teeth are slodging out of his face. It's just not a good time. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. But I do have this one weird piece of Disney news that I'd like to get into before we get into the two main topics that we have. The main reason I'm talking about this is because I found this picture of good old Tim Allen. I found this picture. I thought it was hilarious. I thought you guys would like this amazing image of Tim Allen. And of course, this piece of Disney news has to do with Tim Allen. More specifically, Toy Story 4. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but they're making a Toy Story 4, and it's releasing June 2019. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. But apparently, Tim Allen compared Toy Story 4 to Avengers Infinity War. Now, from the title, you guys can assume that the title is mainly the reason why I decided to showcase this, I guess, this interview. Link to the full interview will be down in the description below. Tim Allen gives a lot of amazing quotes when it comes to this interview. I guess just talking about Toy Story 4. But I'm going to go ahead and quote from Mr. Timmy Allen himself right now. Quote, "I gotta resist getting emotional because I don't want to give it away, but this is an incredibly great story. If you're a big superhero fan, Infinity War, I'm a big superhero fan. That doesn't seem like it was good. That didn't seem like it was going to work. But, okay, this is not, okay. But it was a lot of vignettes that made the sense, that all made sense. I just can't speak at all. This Toy Story 4 did that. We've only been through it once. There will be several more incarnations, but it's so emotional. It's so funny. It's so big, the idea that they've come up with. I'm startled. 3 I thought was amazing. This one, I couldn't even get through the last scene, okay? So, I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on Toy Story 4, but Timmy Allen, my boy Timmy over here, sold me on the idea of Toy Story 4 once he compared it to Infinity War. Yeah, several more incarnations. That's kind of weird to hear, but Alex, how are you doing today, Mr. Alex, the historian?
I'm all right. I think your mic is killing me, though.
Is it too loud? Am I talking too close to it?
No, it's like screeching every once in a while.
Oh, and, yeah, I'm probably talking too close to it. Let me turn it down a bit. Okay, hopefully that's better. But Alex, what are your thoughts? I guess this is. I guess we can just talk about this for a little bit. What are your thoughts on a Toy Story 4? I don't know if you've seen Toy Story 3, but yeah. What are your thoughts? Okay, what are your thoughts on a 4th version of Toy Story?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's really like unnecessary. I think like a trilogy is like really the most movies you should have about something. But at the same time, I do like all the Toy Story movies. They haven't ruined one yet, so I mean, yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I'll watch it. I'll go to the theater and I'll watch it.
Okay.
And see how it goes. I don't say that to a lot of Disney sequels. Actually, I don't go and watch a lot of Disney sequels. I just don't. But I'll watch Toy Story 4. I just don't think it's really necessary. You know, it's just they're kind of just milking the cash cow. You know.
Okay. I agree. It's probably not going to be as good as Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 I thought was like the perfect send-off for all the characters we grew up with. Hopefully it's good. I mean, I'm not wishing like any ill fate on this movie. Hopefully it'll be good, but I don't think it'll live up to Toy Story 3. But anyways, moving on from that. I've had this article bookmarked or open in my tabs for a while since I first saw it. I guess it's not that old, September 22nd. But according to the Wall Street Journal, Walt Disney Animation Studios decided to reanimate scenes featuring Tiana from Princess and the Frog because of social media backlash over her appearance. Now, this was really interesting because this really isn't the type of thing you'd picture Disney getting into, like a controversy regarding... I feel like it's focusing on Buzz's face and not mine. I just knocked him over. So sorry, Buzz. Okay, he's got to go. But yeah, this isn't really the type of thing you'd expect Disney to be involved with. Apparently, a lot of people were very upset over the way Tiana, I guess her hairstyle was, and that well, the article says Tiana and other princesses in a sleepover-like setting was criticized for Tiana's chosen hairstyle and her seemingly lighter appearance. So, this is her from The Princess and the Frog, and then this is her from the Wreck-It Ralph 2 trailer. Yeah, I don't really know what to think of this, just because they called her a racially ambiguous woman in the new trailer. Or people on the internet said that. But I'm going to quote from comicbook.com. Per the Wall Street Journal, Disney animators weighed feedback from returning voice actress Anika Noni Rose and representatives from Color of Change, an advocacy organization focused on issues of racial representation and political inequality in Hollywood productions. So... This is a really interesting article. It's a really interesting thing to think about. Alex, what are your thoughts on Disney having to completely reanimate a character, reanimate Tiana from the Princess and the Frog, in Wreck-It Ralph 2?
Well, I don't usually... Okay, so... My normal general thought on when people have backlash over stuff, my usual thought is exactly what Disney Doofs here just said in the chat, which is that people get too offended nowadays, right? That's normally how I think of things. However, this one thing, I actually kind of agree with them on.
Okay.
Some people say that she looks a bit more racially ambiguous, and I agree. She doesn't really... First of all, she doesn't look like Tiana. That's the main problem here, I think, is she doesn't look like Tiana. She looks like, you know, some other girl who may be racially, like, maybe half black, half white or something. She doesn't look like Tiana. Her hair color is not even the same as Tiana. You know, and some people were mentioning her nose and her lips don't even look like Tiana's nose and lips. So I actually agree with that. I think that they made her a bit too racially ambiguous, and she honestly looks like less, I guess, as you would say, less black than Tiana looked like. And I think that I don't think they were intentionally trying to hurt anyone's feelings over it. I don't think that's it at all. I just think that they were trying to go for what they thought looked really pretty on CGI. I think they were looking for a really pretty looking young woman, and in the process they forgot that what Tiana looked like in the beginning. So I think that's what happened here, and I'm actually glad they're making changes. That being said, I think that having a scene with a bunch of princesses in like a hangout, what do they call it, overnight sleepover kind of thing is really dumb and really pandering. And so it bothers me that they even have this scene. Anyway, there is one interesting thing here about this image of the CGI Tiana, which is kind of cool, and it has nothing to do with her race or anything. But notice that she's holding a Starbucks cup with her left hand. Okay? The reason why she's holding it with her left hand is because the actress that played her is left-handed. And when they were making Princess and the Frog, she asked the animators if they could animate Tiana so that way she is left-handed. So like when she throws a bunch of stuff at Prince Naveen as a frog in the beginning of the movie, she throws it with her left hand. And so I can see that in Wreck-It Ralph, they maintained her left-handedness by her holding a Starbucks cup with her left hand. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Holding a Starbucks cup with her left hand. That's funny.
But yeah, it bothers me that they even... I like how her shirt says NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana. I like how it says that.
Oh,
but,
is that what it says? Okay, I was trying to make out what it says. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that her outfit is kind of greenish. Kind of matching her green dress. Anyway, I think that this whole scene is dumb anyway, but yeah, I agree that the character that they created in CGI does not look like Tiana, and they need to make her look more like Tiana.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Well, I guess I don't really have an opinion on this. I'm glad they're changing it, like Alex said. I guess I'll just quote again from comicbook.com. Link is in the description below for the article. Quote, let's see, this is from Twitter user at oh god, I cannot read this. Okay, I'm just gonna quote. Alright. Y'all don't understand how important Princess Tiana is to black girls. We finally had a Disney princess that looked like us, and now she doesn't. They gave her Eurocentric features and turned her into a racially ambiguous woman. It's a no from me, dog. That is from a Twitter user whose username I cannot pronounce. But, yeah, so this, I just thought this was a really interesting article, something interesting. I feel like, because, like I said, you don't really picture Disney getting into, like, a sort of controversy about this kind of stuff. But, yeah, I agree with Alex.
You know what, though? Like, yeah, I mean, well, when that woman tweeted that, that Tiana means a lot to, like, black girls and stuff, I actually think, I think that she's right on that, because I remember when Princess and the Frog first came out, and, like, all the black girls were buying up all these, like, dresses and action figures of Tiana and stuff like that, because finally there was a princess that, wasn't the usual, like, white girl, and now it's a black girl, and to be honest, it gives, like, the movie gives such dignity to the character, and I think it's a really, first of all, it's one of my favorite movies, just to begin with, because she loves to cook, I love to cook, so I really, click with Tiana there. And so I think that that character deserves a lot of respect because she's the first Black Disney princess, and they need to make her look like Tiana when they recreate her in CGI and stuff like that.
Okay. I agree. Yeah. Just like I said, you wouldn't really picture Disney to get into like a sort of controversy about this, so that's why I thought it was interesting. But I'm glad all of you guys in the comments, and Alex too, are giving their opinions on this, because I agree with Alex. She does not really look like Tiana. They all the princesses almost in this movie kind of look the same. It's kind of weird, but yeah, glad that they're changing it. Jeremy said, the good news is that this movie isn't going to have any influence on the Tiana we all know. The movie is going to open and then we'll all forget about it tomorrow. That's well said, Jeremy. Thank you for that. I don't think I'm going to see this movie. I really don't feel like seeing Wreck-It Ralph 2 with all these princesses. I mean, maybe it'll be funny. I don't know. Maybe we should do a whole podcast just about talking about the Princess and the not the Princess and the Frog, Wreck-It Ralph 2. But yeah, okay. Moving on to I guess this is sort of our main topic. This is the one I'm most excited to talk about. Disney has released new images of the new Millennium Falcon attraction from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Okay, we'll get into this, and then I'll give my opinion on this. This is all from DSMINewscast.com. Apparently, Defunct Land is here in the chat. Welcome, Mr. Kevin. And this other guy says, great show, happy to be here via the live place. I always forget to shout out the live place. Live place, link is in the description below. They host a lot of great live streams from there. We're hosted on there, and yeah. We're glad to have everybody here. As Kevin too, Mr. Defunct Land.
The way you welcomed Kevin sounded so creepy. Like you got all close to the mic and like, thank you, Kevin, for showing up.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we're just gonna move right past that. We're glad to have every single one of you guys here. But yeah, we hope you all enjoy. Yeah. I don't really know where to go from that. But anyways, let's talk the Millennium Falcon attraction in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So, as many of you guys may already know, the Blu-ray of Solo: A Star Wars Story includes a I guess it's sort of like a bonus feature, the Millennium Falcon from page to park, showcasing it's basically showcasing the Millennium Falcon in the movies and then translating that to a Disney attraction in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So, link to this article, like I said, for all the other articles, is down in the description below from DSMINewscast.com. This is really interesting stuff to talk about because as many of you guys may know, surprisingly, I'm a fan of Galaxy's Edge. Not necessarily a fan of it being in Disneyland, but I am excited for it to open because as much as I talk down on Star Wars, I really do love Star Wars. It's not so much the new movies, but the original ones. But so yeah, this is like getting to board the Millennium Falcon and like fly it around is sort of like every Disney or every Star Wars fan's dream. So yeah, this is one of the things I'm excited about. But according to this new bonus feature, you will be able to board the actual Millennium Falcon. I think we already knew this, but for those of you guys that didn't know, we will be able to board the actual Millennium Falcon. You'll be able to, quote, fully immerse yourself in the Falcon, and you'll be able to push all the buttons. So if any of you guys ever wanted to swipe your hand across all the buttons in the Millennium Falcon or in the Millennium Falcon's cockpit, this is a ride for you, because apparently all of the buttons in the cockpit will actually do something. They won't be just for show. Apparently, this is what I'm hearing from DSMI Newscast and from the bonus feature on Solo. But yeah, apparently all the buttons are supposed to actually do something. And if you look at this image that I have right here, That's a lot of buttons, you guys. Look at all of those, and like I said, apparently, all of those are going to have some sort of consequence when you're flying the Millennium Falcon. Now, that's really
cool.
cool.
That sounds to me, though? It sounds to me like a maintenance nightmare.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking that too. I don't want to imagine.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that you can press all these buttons and it'll do like cool stuff, but I do not want to be the maintenance guy that has to fix all those buttons when something goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. I'd feel really bad if someone brought in like a drink and accidentally spilled it on all of the buttons.
Ooh.
That would be bad. But I get they probably wouldn't allow drinks inside, but still, I would feel horrible if I accidentally broke the Millennium Falcon with my Coca-Cola or something. But
and imagine all the sticky, grubby little hands of children touching all those buttons.
I didn't think of that. I guess I just assumed that they would like sanitize them after each use, but now that you mention that, I don't know. I don't want to touch all those buttons if like a kid's been picking his boogers and then he like pushed a button on the ride. I don't want to do that. I'm hoping.
I was riding the Indiana Jones Adventure once, and they have these little metal handlebars in front of you to hold on to. And I put my hands on them one time, and something slick and greasy came off on my hands.
Oh gosh.
I was pretty grossed out.
Okay. Yeah, this is why I don't like touching things. Not necessarily in Disneyland. We've talked about this with Toontown, but yeah, I guess I'm just hoping that they'll wipe them off with like a Clorox wipe after each use at least. Yeah, hopefully. But let's see, where was I? Like I said, you'll be able to fully immerse yourself in the Falcon, push all the buttons. All the buttons will apparently do something. I don't really know what they do. I can't imagine every single one of these buttons doing something important. Because, I mean, it is a lot of buttons and switches, but anyways. I guess the main story of the attraction is this. The bounty hunter Hondo, I believe he's from Star Wars Rebels. It's one of those TV shows is what he's from. Hondo is recruiting new pilots for the Falcon for a daring mission, and while you're on this mission, the decisions you choose will have a good or bad consequence for you in Galaxy's Edge. Now, this is one of the things we've been talking about since, well, I guess since we started talking about Galaxy's Edge, is the decisions you make in this attraction will, I guess, sort of carry on after you get off the ride, once you're, like, in the land again, walking around, because, gosh, let's say if you, like, accidentally crash the Falcon or something, the bounty hunter could, like, I don't know, like, chase after you or something, stuff like that. It's really interesting the way Disney's deciding to handle Galaxy's Edge and this sort of, I guess, sort of new level of immersiveness. But you will be seated with 5 other people in the Falcon. The front 2 seats will be the pilots, middle 2 are the gunners, and back 2 are the engineers, which is kind of weird. Isn't the gunner the one who's, like, flying around or, like, down below in that, like, other sort of cockpit shooting the guns? I don't know.
Yeah, he is.
That's sort of breaking the continuity, but I guess they'll find a way to play it off. But and yeah, all the knobs and buttons in the Falcon cockpit will work and do something. That's really all we know about the Millennium Falcon attraction. But this sort of really gets me excited. I mean, it's basically stuff we already knew, or I guess that we already assumed about the attraction. But yeah, so this is really getting me excited for the Millennium Falcon attraction, because a lot of people, including Alex and I, were comparing this ride to Star Tours. Now this is taking Star Tours to like a whole new level. And I feel like it'll be really interesting to have to cooperate with maybe it's you and like your couple friends, but then maybe you have like two or three other strangers in the cockpit with you. It'd be really interesting to see how communicating with the strangers and your friends will work to sort of get you through the mission, and to see what kind of consequences they're talking about. Or I guess not necessarily bad consequences. They could be good consequences too, I'm sure. But Yeah, so this is all really, really interesting. But Alex, what are your thoughts on the new details about the Millennium Falcon attraction in Galaxy's Edge?
Well, you know, it's kind of funny. I've been kind of warming up to the idea of Galaxy's Edge and then the Millennium Falcon attraction. I'm kind of interested now. I kind of want to see it, so I bet I'll be there around the time when it first opens so I could see it all. But, you know, it sounds fun, you know, on paper. But I wonder about its execution. I'm sorry, my dog is playing with a whole bunch of stuff in the background. And I wonder about its execution. You know, like I was just mentioning, like everybody touching all the buttons, all the grease and the grime, and you know, and then of course the buttons might fail eventually. They need to be replacing because everyone's constantly switching buttons on and off, and stuff like that. And then of course I wonder what it's going to be like if you're stuck in a cockpit with like people that don't speak English or you know. You know, so it sounds interesting on paper, but then its actual execution, I wonder if it's even going to be successful. So yeah, I'll see. So an interesting fact about the Millennium Falcon. You know, it's shaped like a single hand. You know, if you take your hand and you like make the Vulcan sign with your hand, that's the shape of the Millennium Falcon.
Huh.
Isn't that funny? And then it's piloted by a man named Han Solo.
Okay.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that weird? That is the amazing imagination of George Lucas. I mean, nobody in their right mind would have come up with that name.
Han Solo. That is very interesting, Alex. Thank you for... Man, that's kind of weird. Okay. Anyways, moving on. There were new images released of the actual Millennium Falcon from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I'm just going to scroll through them again in case you guys didn't see them. So this is the original concept art, and then these are the new images they've released. So I guess they're going to be like movie accurate. I really wouldn't care all too much if they changed a few things because, I mean, it's I'm sure some people will care. But yeah, this really does get me really excited for the new for the new Millennium Falcon ride in Galaxy's Edge. And yeah, I'm really excited to see also how, like I said, like the consequences that they're talking about will travel through the land. I don't really know how any of that's going to work. I don't think anybody knows how that's going to work except maybe the Imagineers themselves. But that's one of the things I'm most excited to see, because this is supposed to be like a super immersive land. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see. Jeremy said, "I wonder how large the scale of the personal effect on your experience in the land is going to be, and how long it will actually last. Seems like a very difficult thing to keep up." Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I feel like you'd have to have like different versions of like walk-around characters, like almost following, well, not necessarily following, but like keeping tabs on like almost every single family, maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't want to have like the job as one of the walk-around characters who has to like deal with like this kind of stuff, this level of immersion. I'd feel really bad for them, unless, like I said, they have like multiple versions of them. But then again, like they can't be seen together, the different versions of like the same character. I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know if it will work. That's really the thing. I'm sure Disney will find a way to pull it off. Did Alex just say something really loud into his microphone?
I just turned around and like my whole house is wrecked by the dog. Like she's just been wrecking the house while I've been doing this. So like she's been grabbing stuff off the tables and throwing it all over the floor. Like I kid you not, it looks like a tornado came through.
Oh my goodness. The life of a new dog owner. I'm sorry, Alex. I'm so sorry that your dog did that. But oh, Sam says, or it was the ghost. It could be the ghost, Alex. Maybe the ghost is controlling your dog.
No, I caught her red mouse.
Oh, red pod. red-mouthed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways. Is there going to be something that you have to buy for them to recognize what you've done in the land? I don't know. I really, like I said, I don't know how this is going to work. I've been trying to, like, run this through my head as to how they're going to, like, keep up this level of immersion every single minute of, like, every day it's open. But I honestly don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to figure it out. I can't picture any way that Disney can, like, pull this off. I'm sure they're going to end up doing it. But, yeah. You guys think Galaxy's Edge will have an upper level? Some people say no. Others say yes. What do you think? I think from the models that they've released, I don't think there's going to be a second level. I could be wrong, though. I'm not 100% sure. But from the models I've seen, I think most of, like, the buildings are just going to be facades, and most of the action, or all of the action, will take place on the ground level. Maybe they could have like a show happen like up above on one of the buildings, but I don't think it will be like guest accessible. I could be wrong though. I don't really know. Matthew says in Walt Disney World there's magic bands to keep track of that. That's true. Magic bands would be very useful when it comes to this, what they're talking about, like how in some of the queues of the rides they call out your name, or they show your name on screen, but yeah, that would be a good, maybe Disney's planning on releasing their own version of magic bands for Disneyland. We'll see. I don't know. Let's see, what does Disneyland have to mirror the whole deal? Jeremy says they don't yet, but there's been a rumor that they wanted to slowly, transition to a track ticketing system similar to Walt Disney World. I don't really know. They haven't really announced that, but anyways, I think that's gonna wrap up this topic. Unless Alex has anything else he'd like to add to this topic.
Don't buy a puppy.
That is Alex's wise words of advice. Do not buy a puppy. Okay. Well, anyways, that is going to conclude the topics for today. Today, for Matt Hosts Ghosts, we are finishing... let's see, we are finishing Andrew's The Crimson Wolf story, Chapter 3. If you guys missed out on Chapter 1 and 2, go back the previous couple episodes, because it's just starting to get good, you guys. Chapter 3. And then I have another story I want to read. It's not a spooky story, it's more, it's you guys will know what it is when you hear it. But, okay, let's get into this. I'm very excited for this. Oh, the anime shirt, I forgot. I'll get that later. I don't really want to put it on because I kind of want to wash it first. But anyways, let's get into Chapter 3 of The Crimson Wolf by Andrew, who was here in the chat. I don't see him currently, but he was here. Okay. Chapter 3, The Search. Alright. Nights turned into days, and the search still pressed on. It was now Tuesday, just 3 days after the incident, and they were still searching for Sam. The hunting excursion had long been abandoned, and little progress had been made in finding the cause of Sam's disappearance. All that had been found was a torn-up jacket with no trace of a body. Eventually, people stopped searching, for it had been a little over a month now, and people were exhausted and coming up empty-handed. Around that time, Sam was declared dead. Somehow they believed he had taken off his jacket, ran into the woods, and just died of frostbite. The police came to me searching for some evidence of him showing signs of insanity. I always answered, "No, I never saw him that way." I truly do believe that, and that's why I'm telling you this story. It's Andrew. The adopted 17-year-old. Well, now I'm 57 years old. I'm actually writing this to you right now in the Redwoods. You see, I don't believe that my brother went insane. That's why I've been telling you this whole story. I'm sitting in the area where I believe he passed away. It's now fall and still cold. I'm looking at the waterfall right about now. There's a tree next to me. Now it's fallen down, and that's what I'm sitting on. It's Stump. I have a rifle in my hand. It's Sam's. I don't know if the Crimson Wolf is real. This whole story is what I believe to be the only valid explanation for his death. I have his rifle not for revenge, but as a sort of talking piece if he comes. If he does, I will just start to talk. I will ask him why he did it. Why would you kill my brother? He won't speak, but I know his eyes will in some way. At that point, I might feel the need for revenge. I'm a pretty good shot. If this rifle was the last thing I saw with Sam, then maybe this rifle will be the last thing the Crimson Wolf will see. The end. That was awesome, Andrew. I really like that story. Thank you for sending that in. Really, big thanks. That was an awesome story. The Crimson Wolf, again, by Andrew, who somehow disappeared in chat. But, I think he said he was going to make another one soon, so we'll have to wait for that, because I really did like this story. I hope you guys liked it as well. 3 chapters, yeah, it was really awesome. Big thanks to Andrew, big shout out to Andrew. Type in chat, give a big thanks to Andrew, you guys, in the comments too. That was a really awesome story, and like I said, if you guys missed chapters 1 and chapter 2, definitely go back to the past couple episodes. Go ahead and catch up, and then you can finish it with chapter 3 today, because it really was an awesome story. Yeah, hopefully he'll make another one, because that was really good. The wolf got him, says Nate. Yeah, he's not here. He was here earlier. I'm trying to scroll up. He was here at the beginning of the show. Okay, anyways, that's kind of weird. But Bryce says he sent something as well. Let's see. Oh, he did send something. Okay. I guess this is more of like a haiku that Bryce sent. I did forget to mention, if you guys would like to send in any sort of scary stories, spooky stories, paranormal happenings, things that have sort of happened to you or your friends or like your parents or anything, you guys can email them to me at ytmatterhornmatt@gmail.com. Or you can send them through the Discord, on Twitter, Instagram, really any way you guys feel fit to send them to me. We love reading off these spooky stories. Yeah, so definitely do that. Bryce says it's an obituary. Thank you, Sam, for putting the email. Bryce says it's an obituary, so a Walking Dead company. Let's get into this. It's kind of short, but alas, okay, I know this. Alas, poor Telltale. We'll never really know how you failed. Released Walking Dead and Jurassic Park in part. With you gone, it breaks my heart. Goodbye, old friend. And that's it. I think this is about... I don't really know the whole story. You guys can, I guess, sort of fill me in the chat or in the comments. I guess Telltale went out of business? I don't know. Something like that. All I know is that they canceled, like, their, didn't they have, like, a Minecraft story thing? They had, The Walking Dead. They did, Stranger Things 2, I think, is what they were working on. But, yeah, I'm not really caught up on that, so you guys can fill me in on that in the chat or in the comments. But now here is a story we're all excited to get to. Link to this will be in the description below. This was brought to my attention by Matthew, who is here in chat. I'd never seen this before, like a few months ago, I think. And it is a very beautiful, beautiful story. This story is called 5 times the animatronic on Splash Mountain addressed me by name and told me he was going to marry my dad. So, this is indeed a spooky story. You guys better get your marshmallows and your graham crackers ready, because this is a roller coaster.
Didn't you already read this?
I might have. Did I read this? I read this on one of my Twitch streams. I didn't read this on the podcast, I don't think.
No, you read it on the podcast.
Did I? I might have. I'm trying to remember. I might have. No, I don't think I did. I'm gonna do it anyways.
You did, because
I
did because I don't watch your Twitch streams or anything. I was here when you did it, and I remember thinking, "Oh my God, is this story ever gonna end?"
Wait a minute. Did I read this? I'm trying to. I might have. Avery says I did. Matthew says to read it again. I might just go ahead and read it again. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Avery says he remembers this. I'm gonna read it again. I don't think I read it during the spooky stories type segment the last time, so this is officially, this is categorized in Matt hosts ghosts. So this is for all the people who don't know what the story is as well. Okay, I apologize, I really do. But this is just one of the greatest things I've ever read. I need to share it with everybody. Okay. 5 times the animatronic fox on Splash Mountain addressed me by name and told me he was going to marry my dad. Okay. I recently went on vacation to Disney World with my family. It was a lot of fun until I went on Splash Mountain. There are a lot of animatronic animals on that ride that sing and dance before you go over a big drop at the end. And although most of these robotic animals are wonderful to watch as you float down the river, there was an animatronic fox that started addressing me by name halfway through the ride. He told me that he was going to marry my dad. He did that 5 times. This is so also perfectly in topic too because of the recent history land on Splash Mountain. Okay. Okay, number 1. The time the animatronic fox made eye contact with me. I was riding Splash Mountain, and the animatronic fox was doing his pre-programmed speech about how he wanted to catch the animatronic rabbit. The fox said, "Now's our chance to set a trap for Brer Rabbit." Then it turned around and looked me right in the eyes and said, "I'm going to marry your dad, Ryan." Then the fox leaned in real close to my face, which I'm pretty sure it was not programmed to do, and he said, "Call me Mrs. Dad, Ryan. I'm going to be your dad's bride at his wedding." Before he could say anything else, I had floated away from him to enjoy the rest of the magic of Splash Mountain. Number 2. The time the animatronic fox kept talking about how long the wedding would take when he married my dad. This is not an appropriate picture to have up. There we go. Okay. The big drop at the end of Splash Mountain was so fun that I decided to get back in line and ride it again. I was having a blast listening to all the robotic animals sing and move around until the animatronic fox once again turned around to me as I floated past. It started to say, "You sure done made a fool of yourself, Brer Bear." But about halfway through the line, he trailed off, turned around, and said, "Welcome back, Ryan. I'm going to marry your religious dad, and the wedding is going to take forever. Everyone's going to talk so slow, and your dad and I are going to kiss 100 times. Your dad is going to get down on his knees and thank Christ for making his wedding to the robot fox take so long." I tried to tell the robotic fox that I didn't want that to happen, but I had already floated away from him. Number 3. The time the animatronic fox told me that he was going to wear my clothes when he married my dad. I had decided not to go on Splash Mountain anymore, but then I remembered how fun the big drop at the end was, and I got back in line. I was hoping the animatronic fox would just do his clockwork movements and pre-recorded lines, but instead he popped up out of the water in the middle of the ride and said, "Your dad is my fiance, Ryan. I'm going to wear your shirts and your pants when I marry your dad. Your dad's going to wear a wedding dress, and we're going to be bonded in the eyes of Christ. Enjoy the rest of Splash Mountain, Ryan." After the ride, I told the Disney World employee working the line what had happened, and he just said, "That sounds bad," but he didn't do anything. Number 4. The time the fox's voice came out of the animatronic goose. I just couldn't stay away from that incredible drop at the end of Splash Mountain, so I got right back in line. There is an animatronic goose on Splash Mountain who mostly sings and babbles about being careful on rivers. One time when I was floating past the goose, it stopped singing, swiveled on its metal hinges to face me, and said to me in the fox's voice, "Ryan, it's me. I'm the fox. I'm going to marry the ever-loving crap out of your religious dad. Listen to me, Ryan. Our wedding will not have any refreshments. Guests will be permitted to bring 1 bowl of warm water from home, but that's it. Once I marry your dad, I'm going to become a huge part of your life. Have fun on the big drop." Then the goose's voice returned to normal, and it sang a song about fishing. I do not want to attend a wedding where there is no food, especially since the fox said it was going to be very long. Last but not least, the time an animatronic model of my dad appeared next to the fox. I had promised myself that I would never ride Splash Mountain again, but on the last day of vacation, the siren song of the big, fun drop lured me right back into the den of the clockwork fox and his wet carnival of torment. When I got to the animatronic fox, he was standing next to an animatronic model of my father, which sparked and sputtered as he moved back and forth in repetitious motion. My logboat stopped right at that scene, which it hadn't done in any of the other times before. Excuse me. and the animatronic fox started saying things like, "Hello, Dad. Your dad and I are going to be each other's wives. And you'll have to watch me marry your dad through the window of the church because you're not allowed inside, Ryan." Then the animatronic model of my dad said, "I love marrying the fox more than I love having a son." And then it burst into flames. As the ride finally lurched forward on the river, and I floated away from this horrific scene, the fox called after me, "I'll see you and your real dad at the wedding, Ryan." But I tried to call back, "Please don't do this." But my voice was drowned out by the sound of the robotic porcupine singing about the dangers of being foolhardily. Okay, anyways. Oh, I guess Alex had to leave during that. He's probably cleaning up after his dog. Okay, anyways. I left the game back and cannot believe you're reading this story. Anyways, I do have one other thing to share with you guys. I don't know how many of you guys know. I went on a trip to Walt Disney World like 2 or 3 years ago. I just discovered this a couple weeks ago, and I completely forgot I had it. Now, a little bit of backstory on this particular item that I have with me in my hands right now. I was a big fan... What was it called? I was a big fan of the spicy chicken sandwich served at the Tomorrowland Terrace in Tomorrowland in the Magic Kingdom. Now, I was such a big fan that I think I ate this sandwich every single day we were in the Magic Kingdom because it was that good. It's like, it rivals the Chick-fil-A sandwich, except it might have been better than the Chick-fil-A sandwich. But I have with me here today, I don't know why I have this. I completely forgot that I had it. I don't remember why I took it. But here I have with me the menu, the actual menu for the Tomorrowland Terrace. Entrees, 1/3 pound Angus bacon cheeseburger, dipped chicken strips, spicy chicken sandwich, pulled pork sandwich, smoked sausage, chicken Caesar salad, sides, house-made chips, French fries, dessert, coconut tres leches cake, Rocky Road brownie, Dannon Greek yogurt, and of course kids' meals, Smucker's Uncrustables, chicken strips, macaroni and cheese. And it's pretty cute. I don't know if you guys would like an up-close shot of it. So that's the back. I don't know why. I feel really bad for taking this. I should probably return it. I think they've actually updated the menus since the last time I was there. So I don't think they have the spicy chicken sandwich anymore, so they probably wouldn't even accept it even if I tried to return it. But yeah, I feel really bad that I have this. There's the front. Of course, the Tomorrowland Terrace logo. And there you guys can see. And it's made with like really thick paper. It's got like stains on it too, like someone spilt like coffee or something on it, or like where did I put it? I think I'm trying to recall the day that I took this. I feel really bad. If anyone from Disney is watching, I will mail this to you guys if you really want me to. But I remember. I think it was the last day we were in the Magic Kingdom and I had the sandwich. I think I remember just sliding it into my backpack, and then I think I just forgot about it. I put it away when I got home into one of my drawers, and then here it is in all its glory. Maybe I should give this away. One of you guys like to receive this? Because I'm not going to do anything with it. Maybe I'll give this away to one of you guys. We'll see. In like a future giveaway. But anyways, that's that. This is a very unusual podcast. I feel like they're getting better and better. Honestly. But Sam says he would like to win it. Okay. Anyways, I think that is going to wrap up this episode of Matterhorn Mondays. I hope you all enjoyed. Mr. Incredible hopes you all enjoyed. I'm going to fix his face eventually. I don't know, should I fix this? Or, I feel like he's beautiful the way he is, right? He's gorgeous. It's showtime! It's not even the original voice actor, it's like some other guy who's trying to, like, mimic him.
I can break through walls, but I can't find my socks in the morning.
It's cute because if you push the button, his like chest pops up to like reveal the speakers, like right there. So
This is going to get hot.
it's kind of hard to push. But maybe I'll give this away too. Would you guys like to win this amazing toy of Mr. Incredible? I feel like I would. I'll leave you guys on this image. Thank you all for watching. We hope you all enjoyed this episode. Big thanks to all of you amazing people who showed up and who are listening currently, whether it be on iTunes, SoundCloud, or on YouTube, however you listen to the show. We appreciate all of you, we really do. Seeing you guys in chat every day and seeing the comments, all that stuff, really makes our day. I love reading all the comments you guys leave. Oh, Words with Walt! We do have a Words with Walt. Thank you for reminding me, Jeremy. Okay, where is it? Words with Walt. Here we go. Alex is not here to cleverly talk about this quote, but this is our quote for today. Before we sign off, the more you like oh my gosh, I messed it up. The more you like yourself, the less you are like anyone else, which makes you unique. This is one of my favorite quotes, I feel like, from Walt. Get Jeremy on the stream. It's too late already. It's too late. To replace Alex. Okay. This is one of my favorite quotes by Walt. The more you like yourself, the less you are like anyone else, which makes you unique. Sort of about like accepting who you are. Once you accept who you are, then I'm not very good at this, as you guys can tell, at deciphering quotes or any other literature. But yeah, this quote really does stick with me. Yeah. I hope you all enjoyed that Words with Walt. I'm not very good at this, you guys. You probably realized that by now. I'm not good at deciphering quotes or anything like that. But anyways, next week we will hopefully be having a very special guest. I don't know, I'm just saying, I'm just coming up with this now. We might have a guest next week. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, I will leave you guys on this image. Mr. Incredible by my side, my lucky sidekick. Yeah, baby. Okay, here we are. Big thanks to everyone who showed up, like I said. We hope you all enjoyed this episode, and then we want to hear your thoughts on everything we talked about, whether it be Kathleen Kennedy. I really want to hear your guys' thoughts on how you think Kathleen Kennedy is doing as the president of Lucasfilm. We also, the new Marvel TV shows that are coming to the new Disney streaming service. I'm really excited for those. I guess Rafiki's Planet Watch. I don't really know anyone who liked Rafiki's Planet Watch, except Chris last week, who liked it, and Alex too. I wasn't that fond of it. Of course, the Tim Allen comparing Toy Story 4 to Avengers: Infinity War, and I'm also really excited to hear what you guys think on Disney reanimating. I did not forget her name. Disney having to reanimate Tiana for the new Wreck-It Ralph sequel, and of course, last but not least, the new details on the Millennium Falcon attraction in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Sam says spicy chicken ain't on the menu no more. Good. I have the only copy left of the menu with my favorite food item of all time. But anyways, thank you all for watching. We hope you all enjoyed, and as always, have a great big beautiful tomorrow.